All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is 9:08 a.m. It's a little early from what I was planning on starting the stream, but I'm just basically sitting here with my cup of coffee and my palms are sweating, thinking about starting. So I figured, you know what? Why don't we just go ahead and get rolling here sooner rather than later. So without further ado, let's introduce today's host, bluebobz. Oh, hey, that's what I was looking for. That overlay finally showed up. Super interesting. Anyways, hey guys, how are we doing today? Thanks for stopping by bluebobz channel. I'm going to do a quick audio check to make sure that you guys can hear me. Normally I do that via pulling up YouTube on my own just real quick. If let me just do that real fast. It's a little early. Okay, guys, I guess it works. All right. Awesome. So today, you guys, we're going to be talking about obviously the event coming up today, and that is the Stadia Connect 7/14. All right, guys, we've been waiting for this. I just want to do a couple little bit of predictions. Obviously, there's been quite a few prediction videos going around. I think Clive Illenden, if I said his last name correctly, he had his Sunny Cloud Gaming Generation Stadia. So all these YouTubers have kind of launched their little prediction videos. In some streams, I've mentioned some of my own predictions as well. So, but I figured with today's show happening, I'd start a little early. We'd do like a little 30-minute to 50-minute, apparently, kind of prediction pre-game talk, and then we'd watch the live stream, and then we do kind of a post-game talk. So if you have any predictions of your own or any ideas that you want to go ahead and throw out there, feel free to throw them in the chat. I have it up on a screen. I also have some of my own predictions and kind of ideas of what I think is going to happen. You know, who knows exactly what's going to happen? No one. But obviously from some of the leaks that have happened, we can kind of maybe guesstimate on a handful of them and then just kind of hope and wish for the rest. So without further ado, first I just actually wanted to do a quick shout out. There were a couple people in chat. I wanted to go through their stuff first before going through my predictions, just out of respect. So first things first, we have Alatriste 2222 saying hola chavales, vamos ahi, which means hi guys, let's go. Thank you, Alatriste. Daniel Davis saying good morning Daniel, good to see you. Stephen Bardot, not sure, he said please announce Call of Duty coming to Stadia. That would be awesome. I know a lot of us is really, I grew up playing Call of Duty. That was my first multiplayer first-person shooter game. I want to say when I started playing, I was like 12 years old. So I would love Call of Duty, whether that's the newest ones or kind of how trends have been. They poured over older versions of the game. Even if we got Black Ops 2 that got poured over, like that'd be pretty sweet. And then they can bring Warzone over later. Obviously, the hype nowadays is Battle Royale, so Warzone would be probably the more ideal situation. But part of me wonders if gaming companies, developers are porting over older games, so that way as they launch the new ones, they have the experience of working with Stadia. And I think it's Vulkan, correct? Or Linux-based kind of tech. So I think that's kind of, with the Serious Sam collection, we saw 1, 2, and 3 come over. And now we're going to have Serious Sam 4 launching later this year. So that's kind of what I see. So, if they brought over an older game and then brought over the newest COD that gets launched as well as with the Battle Royale, that would be dope. Or even they just brought over the newest COD that's currently there as well as Warzone. I personally would even just be happy if they announced Activision Blizzard was partnering with them now and that they were one of those individuals that's going to be working with Stadia. That would make me happy, because that would mean possible of even Diablo coming over, Overwatch, like all these other games, which would just be so cool, because I think we have Overwatch 2 coming out at some point. Just a partnership with Activision Blizzard, in my opinion, would be the key factor and would be an awesome win for the Stadia Connect today. Steven again also said he'd like Googly, so good, Googly to bring in Apex Legends and Ubisoft's new game Hyperscape. Has anyone tried it in chat? Let me know. I've played it a couple times. It's a battle royale game. Obviously, I would say the one thing that gets me is the fact that weapons don't really do damage. When I played Like, you can have a machine gun, and you can be going full ham scale on someone, and you have a 150 round clip, but each bullet's only doing 3 damage. And since they can move so fast, and you can move around so fast, it really almost takes a while to actually kill someone. And I mean, I guess you might just have to fuse up the weapons and get them to a higher level so they do more damage, but that was kind of the one thing I learned, kind of saw early on, was like, it took a lot to actually kill someone. Whereas like Apex Legends, I mean, you get the R301 and you just kind of laser them a couple times and they're down. And you know, Call of Duty, similar thing. So that was kind of the one thing about Hyperscape I wasn't necessarily a big fan of. I do like the idea of like the buildings disintegrating and then you have no cover. That's a really neat aspect, as well as the hacks that you can unlock, and fusing. So if you run into the same weapon, you simply increase the level and increase the the damage and or magazine clip or reload speed just by, you know, fusing it and making it better. So that's a really cool aspect. I love that idea. The game definitely has potential. I feel like the game was faster. Either they shrunk the world faster or the map faster than Fortnite. But I could be wrong. But that's kind of another thing that I had felt had happened. So that would be cool, though. It would be cool if they brought that. Apex Legends, I know that's a big rumor. After that article was posted saying it's coming to Stadia, and then it got redacted, people felt like maybe they had said it was coming to Stadia, but then EA was like, no, this is what, you know, Stadia's going to announce it, let them do it, so they had them redact it. I don't know, you guys. I do not know. But I think it would be cool if, even if we don't get Apex Legends today as like the secret drop like they did with PUBG, even if we got an announcement saying, hey, Apex is one of the 5 games EA is bringing to us this year, and it's going to be coming in the fall when cross-play is launched, which would ideally be a good time, just due to the fact that obviously the Stadia base and player base isn't as big potentially as it can be, or as it will be in the future. The cross-play feature allowing us to play with other computer players, to play with console players, so that way you have lobbies that you're not just sitting there waiting, like with Destiny 2 when they first launched, and you were trying to get into like Crucible matches. So I think even just an announcement of, hey, Apex Legends is coming to Stadia in the fall when crossplay is launched, that would be big. I would love that to be the secret drop today. I would love to hop back into Apex. I haven't played in a while. I was playing on Xbox because my PC really couldn't run it that well. So I played on Xbox, but obviously I've actually canceled my Xbox subscription. Haven't played Xbox in a while. So that's that. I would love to get back into it. It's a super fun game. As far as Battle Royales go, it is a very, very awesome, fast-paced shooting game. So I'd love to get back into it for sure. And so hopefully that will end up showing up here soon. Let's see. Samarone said moin. Not sure what that means, but yeah. All right, guys. Well, hey, let's hop into some of... let me check Facebook really quick. I think that I did have one. I did. Francesc Gonzalez says he wants something cool. Ubisoft gave us some announcements. Ubisoft did. Did you? I mean, I'm assuming that y'all watched the Ubisoft 4, but if you didn't, Ubisoft came out big. They gave us Watch Dogs Legion's launch date. So I think is that October 29th? I think it's coming out in October. Let me just tell you guys, man. October, November, December, bank account is going to be going low. Okay, bank account's going to be low. All right, we got Watch Dogs Legions, we got Cyberpunk 2077, we got Assassin's Creed Valhalla. All right, $60 game, $70, you know, especially with the new generation consoles. Do you guys think that games on Stadia are going to cost $70? I heard, isn't NBA 2K21, they launched with a $70 price tag for the next gen consoles? What about with Stadia? I mean, I don't know. I'm really quite curious as to what that's going to look like. It would be so cool, and I mean so cool, if somehow Stadia was able to convince the developers to keep the price tag at $60 for Stadia. Somehow, I don't know how, but if they could, that would be so awesome, because that would just be a driving point. Because everyone's always ripping on the Stadia prices and how we don't have deals, we don't have sales, although we do. I mean, they're not as frequent as Steam, because Steam has 40,000 games, or 400,000, however many they got. They can throw just random crap deals out. Who cares? There are so many Steam games that are just pointless. Just ridiculous. But obviously they do have more deals. You know, they have a much larger player base. But if Stadia was able to do that, that would be really cool. I don't mention next gen in my predictions. So if you think that we might hear next gen in this Stadia Connect, hit me up in the comment section or hit me up in chat and let me know. I want to see if there's a vote going that some people do think we're going to hear about the upgraded server blades, ray tracing, and possibly Gen 2 Stadia. I mean, what, guys? Stadia's been out for 8 months. Launched in November. It's July. So 8 months. And I think, we launched with 21 games. We're up to like 60-some games or something like that. Like, they've been pumping stuff out. There was a little bit of lag starting out. But, like, man, things are good if the only issue Stadia has is their lack of games. If that's the only issue they have, you guys, that is good news. Like, that is great news because as we know with developers, and we're seeing many game developers coming out and saying, yeah, we're launching our next-gen game on Stadia along with every other console at the exact same time, they believe in it. And that's all we need to know as gamers, is that there will be a future for Stadia for sure. So, predictions. Prediction number 1, of which a lot of us have probably heard about, 99.99% sure about, Orcs Must Die 3. All right, are we assuming that that's confirmed? They had the leak where the game showed up on the store. It even had a game trailer in it. Stadia source, I want to say I was watching Clive Illen. I really got to get his name done correctly, or else I'm going to keep butchering it the rest of the night, you guys, and I apologize. Let me see if I can actually see Clive's full name here. Yeah, Illenden. I mean, it might be pronounced a little bit different if you have a slightly different accent, possibly. But Clive, he did a video yesterday and he showcased Stadia Source had actually had the link for the game. It was inactive, so it wasn't posted to Stadia, but it was in basically Stadia, and there was just no like claim button. It wasn't quite ready, but it did say it was going to get published July 14th, 2020, which is today. So, you know what? I'm curious if we actually go to Stadia, if that game is posted yet. You know, because normally they launch new games at 9 a.m. Obviously, the Stadia Connect's at 10, so that probably wouldn't have been launched quite yet. But I would actually be very curious if there's any games that have dropped today. I don't think so. I'm not seeing anything new. That would have been so funny if they had actually dropped that ahead of time. Because, you know, I'm not going to lie, guys, sometimes Stadia makes little mistakes. You know, they're new. They're still new. Yeah, there's nothing going on quite yet. Oh, man, that would have been good. So, but yeah, so Orcs Must Die 3, really hoping for that one to come. It's supposedly, the rumor is that it's a pro member, free game for pros. So we're going to get it day and date, just like they did with PUBG, where they drop it. You can play right now. You can click the link, or I'm assuming you can just go to the store, claim, and play. And that's what's so cool. I literally had 3 friends come over yesterday. And by friends, I mean I coach high school soccer. They were high schoolers, okay? I mean, we're friends, sort of, but that's kind of creepy if a coach is friends with, I don't know, high schoolers. It's weird. Anyways, so we ended up, and I showed them, I was like, guys, here, SteamWorld Dig. It's a free for pro members. I hadn't claimed it yet. I'm like, watch, guys. I literally click on it, click claim, I click play, and boom, the game launches. And they were just like, really? And I was like, yeah, guys, it's literally that simple. Hey, yo, I need you, bro. Literally that simple. So, but again, it's just the knowledge, the information getting passed on. Again, I mean, marketing. I remember watching IGN's Summer of Gaming, where they interviewed Buser. Is his name Jack Buser, the Google head, who's like came from Sony and like has been around gaming for a long time. They also had the Orcs Must Die 3 and I believe a Ubisoft head. And Ubisoft has mentioned that they've already ported over, you know, by having the early experience with Assassin's Creed, it allowed them to port over most of their portfolio. And I feel like he worded it in a way that made it sound like they've already ported over a lot of their games. And I think that they're just going to wait for Uplay Plus to drop and then reveal that. So I think Ubisoft might drop something big, or we might get some information hopefully about the Uplay Plus this round. But again, in that interview, Jack Buser was like, yeah, we want more people to try it out, because when they try it out and they play it for themselves, they actually love it. Like, yeah, the game library's not there, but like your experience of a gaming computer or gaming rig setup through a Google Chrome browser wherever you want, whenever you want, as long as you have good internet. Like, guys, it's mind-blowing how much like hate this can get when it's such a cool aspect and such a great opportunity for gamers. Again, I can take my Chromecast Ultra, or I can just go over to my buddy's house. He can play on his TV, I can play on his computer. We could be playing the same game, you know, as long as we have good internet speed. Like, that's what blows my mind. You don't have to lug over another Xbox, or you know, like the old days. So, but yeah, we need more people to play, and that's where I think information and good quality information is going to be key. And this Stadia Connect is going to be key. There are going to be people watching the Stadia Connect that haven't done or played Stadia yet, and they're going to find out. You know, I think a lot of people might be waiting for family sharing as a big thing because they want to share their purchases. To me, I've never really been a proponent of family sharing because I like to more support developers and buy the games. And so I understand if you have like 4 kids and you don't want to buy a game 5 times. Like, I do understand where that whole dilemma could be frustrating. But at the same time, like, for me, family sharing is not the biggest priority. Again, it's just me and my wife, so we don't have kids. My wife doesn't game, so that's why for me, it's not the biggest priority. I prefer YouTube integration personally coming out sooner because I love to stream. And I just went from like 100 megabit download, 10 upload to basically 20 megabit download, 4 uploads. So when I try to stream Stadia, if no one else is here, and I mean no one else is in the house, it is kind of possible. All right, I'll get blips, I will get lag every now and again, but it's manageable, it's doable. But if it's directly going from Stadia to YouTube, I don't think I'd have any issue, and I'd be able to stream all the time and really not have any problems. So that would be awesome. But yeah, I mean, what Jack said, we just need better information out there, and this Stadia Connect is going to be big. I think this one's going to be great. And the cool thing is it's only been 2.5 months since their last Stadia Connect, and they're already doing another one, releasing more games, more information, you know, another update. These kind of things, don't they happen like once a year for other companies? Like Sony has theirs, Xbox, or maybe they're twice a year. Maybe they just launch, you know, they just kind of, I think Sony had one with information where they released the picture of PS5, but no price information quite yet because they're probably waiting until Xbox does it. And then in November, they'll probably have when they actually release it, they'll probably have some sort of event. But besides that, I mean, if Stadia keeps this trend going, and when they said, summertime, they're going to have another one at the end of the last one at the end of April, I was expecting maybe like August, September. Like, they had another 2 months. But the fact that they're already coming out with more in 2.5 months, it makes me really excited that they're getting things done on their end. There's a lot of stuff coming in. They announced 120 games at the beginning of the year. We've gotten, probably like 30 or so? 40? 20? I don't know. I can't remember how many we ended 2019 with. But, we're only about a quarter of the way there, so there's going to be a lot of games that need to start rolling out. And so, I mean, I'm excited. Stadia Connect, this is going to be big, and it's going to be big for us Stadia users as well as non-users. So, Orcs Must Die 3, 99.999% sure about that one. Is anyone else drinking coffee? Is it morning? All right, I need to see. Is anyone else in the morning right now? It's 9:30 a.m. for me. I know some of my UK buddies, they're over. It's like evening time for them, but I'm not sure what all everyone's time frame is. My next thing is the possible Apex announcement. I already talked about this. I think it's going to be a fall launch, but I would love to get information about it now. I would love for them to be like, have an EA trailer and frickin' Octane goes running across the screen, pumps himself with his juice and goes. And then it's like Apex coming to Stadia, at the same time, and it's going to be like cross-play. Do you guys think, and let me know, do you guys think that the launch of Stadia is enabling other developers and consoles to open up their crossplay? Because with Stadia is in essence... Now, when I think of crossplay, here's what I think. I think crossplay is between keyboard and mouse and controller. That is what I consider crossplay. I know what you're thinking is like PC, Xbox, PlayStation, those 3 devices talking, playing against each other. For me, I always imagined that crossplay was more of your controller players playing with your mouse and keyboard players. And with Stadia, that happens. And the whole reason why I say that is because playing on a controller can be a massive disadvantage against a PC or a mouse and keyboard individual, because they have much better reaction. They can act real fast. Whenever you watch PC players playing, it's insane. All right, console players can be ridiculous as well, but I think that it's much more difficult to become a very good console player. So when I think of crossplay, I always think controller versus mouse and keyboard, because those are really the 2 devices. With Stadia, obviously you can play your controller and you can play with your controller while your buddy's mouse and keyboarding. Like, that has eliminated that form of crossplay. And my question is, do you guys think that due to Stadia having that and being like that, that has opened up Xbox and PlayStation to crossplay with actual PC, almost to kind of challenge it and to offer their own crossplay? Because I mean, we have Division 2 open up crossplay. Destiny 2, is that opened up? I'm not sure quite yet. Looks like Stadia Cast is launching their Stadia Connect. Good job, Bill and Lloyd. That kind of stuff. So, super exciting. Let me know what you think below. EA title launch dates. That's something I put down. I'm hoping that we're going to get some EA title launch dates. When's Madden going to come? When's FIFA going to come? All right. I know some people are wanting Star Wars Squadrons to show up at some point. They told us 5 games. I thought they gave us a third one. What was the third one? I thought they gave us 3, but then 2 were secret. But I would love launch title dates. Like, hey, are we getting Madden in September? Are we getting FIFA in October? When do I need to put money in my bank account? Just kind of getting more of that information. I think today would be a good day. It's been 2.5 months. I believe, for some reason, I heard this during the initial GDC Connect back in June of 2019, or May or March, however long ago that was. That initial Connect, the Doom Eternal developer, I believe he said that it only took them several weeks to port over Doom Eternal into Stadia. Now, when I think of Doom Eternal, I believe it's ID Software, Bethesda possibly. They're probably a pretty big company. So an indie developer, a smaller company, might take them longer than that. But a big company like EA, I could see it taking several weeks to port over, in which case 2.5 months from last Stadia Connect to now, we might just have an EA game launched today. Again, it could be Apex, which I'd be shocked, but it could also be, go to sleep, Vector. It could also be Madden or FIFA coming. That could also come much later in the year. I'm not sure, but if it takes a couple weeks to port over a game, that definitely is within the realm of possibility. All I care about really is getting launch dates. That would be cool if we could at least have some information. So something to look forward to. Again, for the non-Stadia users watching who have been waiting for a game like FIFA to come to Stadia, and if they're watching and they see, all right, August, maybe I'll look into doing my 1-month subscription or trial then. That would be really cool for some of those individuals. So the next thing I have is new partnerships, and I put down totally doable. I could see them possibly displaying a wall of like current partnerships with their current. They got Bethesda, Tequila Works, 2K, Cyberpunk 20, CD Projekt Red. I would love if they if they had a little board. I know they had one during that initial GDC. And then if they had it just expanded and showed another dozen more developing companies added to the list. And I would love to see, wow, I totally dropped their name. All right, brain fart, huge. Give me a second. And Blizzard Activision. I would love to see the Call of Duty franchise partnership being shown. Because again, that's Hearthstone, that's Diablo, that's Overwatch, that's Call of Duty. That would be awesome. Again, even if we don't get Call of Duty, even if we don't get the game, if the partnership gets announced, then we can know there's potential for those games down the road. So that's something I want to for sure see. Let me know if there's a different partnership that you're aware of or that you want to see. Let me check Facebook real quick. Nada y mucho. Let me know again in the chat if there's a partnership that you'd love to also see added there. That would be so cool. So, new partnerships. Oh, this one, item number 5. This guy, I had totally forgotten about this. Totally forgotten until I watched Clive's show, and Clive mentioned this, and I was like, dude, truth right there. Do you guys remember Typhoon Studios? Okay, Typhoon Studios, Journey to the Savage Planet. All right, it launched, I want to say, what was it, like January or February? Typhoon Studios is owned by Stadia. They are owned by Google now, or they've been owned by Google before they even launched the game. Okay, it's been, I want to say, 4 to 5 months since they acquired Typhoon Studios and they bought them. Could it possibly be time that they drop Journey to the Savage Planet on Stadia? I totally forgot about that game and totally forgot about Typhoon Studios until Clive had mentioned it. And I was like, dude, that could be the secret drop today. Like, that could be the game that no one was thinking about or people forgot about. And that could be the secret drop because PUBG was out of nowhere, literally. Left field. That's left. All right, that's where that mountain picture is from. It's right in that direction. All right. Out of nowhere, they dropped PUBG. Could Journey to the Savage Planet be the drop, the big surprise drop? You know, I was thinking Apex, but then after watching Clive's show, I was like, you know, that could actually possibly be Journey to the Savage Planet. You know, it's been a while. Who knows what they've been up to? They've had time to port it over to Stadia, so I'm not sure what's going on there, guys. Why it's taking so long? But that's something I was thinking about. Just came to my mind when I was watching Clive and he mentioned Typhoon Studios. Coffee. Anyone? I haven't seen anyone in the chat drinking coffee yet. First party game first look. I know a lot of people, this might be a possibility. They could possibly drop one of their first party games first look. And I mean, to be honest, they could simply make a cinematic trailer of the game. They don't necessarily even have to have perhaps gameplay. I think it would definitely be feasible for them if they kind of have the idea of the game all mapped out and the characters, and I'm assuming personally they've been going at this for what, about a year now? Didn't they get the Ubisoft head Jade Raymond? Didn't they get her like last June, I want to say, or was it later on in the year? And then they got the God of War head as well. So I mean, they have an all-star cast, you guys. They have an all-star cast. So either they're going to be launching one epic, dope first party game, or they're going to have 2 different dope first party games coming at different times. But the question is whether or not we're going to see any sort of reveal of that first party game today, whether it's gameplay, just cinematic trailer, something. I wouldn't be surprised if possibly we could, and the reason being is, again, if Jade Raven's been there for a year, that's a year. I can only assume Google maybe had an idea before then. Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a good enough time to put together a cinematic trailer. Even if a game like, Cyberpunk 2077, that game has taken, 4 years? 4 years for them to kind of like come to completion of it. So we're kind of, let's see. That's right. Steven Bardot. That's right. I also forgot about the game Journey to the Savage Planet. Thanks for the reminder. Thumbs up. Game Bro, where can I watch this without reaction? Without reaction. Not sure what that means, Game Bro. Are you just talking about pre and post game? I'm assuming it's going to be probably launched on the Stadia channel, Game Bro. 10 o'clock. You got about 23 minutes. I should have put the countdown timer on here. What was I thinking? That was a dumb. Oh well. Got about 23 minutes. So, yeah, first party game. Could potentially get something today. Again, a lot of people were asking, would you rather have a lower quality game come out sooner, or not lower quality, but a simpler game, a little less complex, or would you rather wait, have the huge open world, sandbox, whatever they end up creating, massive game in like 2 to 3 years. And obviously for me, I would prefer the bigger game in a couple of years personally, but I wouldn't mind a teaser now. And if they announce like Far Cry 6, 2021, February, that's 9 months away. Or whoa, what's your math like? That's 7 months away. You know, that's a while. They teased it now. They can always postpone it like Cyberpunk did, or they can postpone it an extra 7 months, 8 months. Jeepers. Cyberpunk. Oh, man. The world doesn't care. Dirty old man Bob. Oh, Bob. Oh, man. That is so funny. Oh, my goodness. Dirty old man Bob. Who doesn't... The world doesn't care. I'll tell you who the world doesn't care about there. Maybe someone by the name of Dirty Old Man Bob. Too funny. Another prediction I had potentially was the full launch of StateShare. So with Crata, they have StateShare beta mode going. I actually wasn't necessarily able to quite do it per se. I tried to copy and paste. I tried to right click. It wasn't working. It could have been my internet. I'm not sure. But they do have the StateShare launching or launch within Crata, the beta version. So maybe they're going to launch a little bit bigger one where it might be included in like Spitlings or Ember or Get Packed. You know, those kind of games where they have levels. You go do them. You can, you know, hey, I beat this level in 2 minutes or whatever. You know, try to beat it. That kind of thing. So maybe they'll launch StateShare on a couple other games. One thing I do want to know. So I had watched Sunny Cloud Gaming's video, and he said he didn't want any features announced in the Stadia Connect. None. Zip, zero, zada. All right? All he wanted were games. Just give me games, and then just release an article that says, hey, here are the features we're also going to launch. That, to me, if they had enough games, like, literally, if they were just able to launch game trailers and game announcements of, like, 30 games coming, and that took up to 30 minutes, like... yeah, okay, like, I'm down for that. Launch an article later. I don't know if they'll have that much. In which case, just a quick snippet of a feature. I mean, that only takes like 20 seconds. But do you guys think they're just going to do an all game or a hybrid of games and feature announcements in the Stadia Connect? But yeah, StateShare might launch. It might still be too early because Crata just launched 2 weeks ago, so I think it might be a little too soon, but... you know, that is something that's on the brain. Family sharing, again, I touched on this earlier. Not a huge priority for me, but we have been seeing the leaks that family sharing might be coming soon. So there is always a potential that could potentially come out this month as well. That would be kind of cool. I mean, again, a lot of people, you don't want to buy twice, but you might hook your kid up with a subscription if you can share games, and then, you know, that's an extra. If you do the pro subscription, that could be $10 a month. What game do you really want to see come to Stadia? From Steven Bardot. I'm going to just call you Bardot, man, because I don't think that's how it's pronounced. We're going to call it Bardot. So, Steven, that's a great question. There's actually a game I'd love to come to Stadia, but it's not going to because it's created by Coffee Stain Studios called Satisfactory, but they're nowhere near Stadia right now. I personally, I would love Apex. If Apex came, that would be awesome. That's kind of a big game that I would love to get back into. And again, just because of the fact that I canceled the Xbox Live subscription and my computer's not quite there yet. Now, I will be ordering a new gaming PC, and I will tell you why later. But that is one I would love to see come to Stadia, to be honest, would be Apex. Other than that, I don't really play many other games on Epic besides the other Satisfactory game, which again I mentioned is not going to be coming to Stadia anytime soon. But I've also never tried COD Warzone because my PC can't handle it. So if that came over, I would be more than happy. I love the Call of Duty games. All right, I loved them. They were awesome. I couldn't play Black Ops 4 because my PC couldn't handle it. I guess I kind of assumed, or maybe I did look on like canirunit.com, and it said I could not run COD Warzone, so I didn't even try to install it. But I wouldn't mind trying that out. I do enjoy Battle Royale games. They are fun, but I also love open world games. So those ones are really, really awesome as well. What about Borderlands? Borderlands games are dope. Do we think that the 1, 2, and the pre-sequel might be coming to Stadia at some point with 2K games? That'd be kind of cool. Good old Borderlands. YouTube integration. So again, I mentioned this earlier. YouTube integration that's my biggest desire. Again, I'm a streamer, so I could be definitely a little skewed towards it because of that fact. But I mean, that is personally for me a game that I really am looking forward to, a feature I'm really looking forward to that comes out. It just makes so much sense due to the fact that Google has your game instance and they also own YouTube, that they can just pop it right over to YouTube. You know, even if it starts off without any overlays, like I don't care about overlays, just launch my game, maybe allow for like a camera Chrome extension or something to be in there, if that, or even just my game and allow microphone. Like that's really all I ever stream anyways, is just that. So I think that would be really cool. That would simplify life for people who like to stream. And I know Generation Stadia has mentioned multiple times, he doesn't have the internet bandwidth to stream and play with fans and do that. So he's been waiting for YouTube integration to be able to do that. That simple thing of just being able to stream, you know, have your chat there and just be like, hey guys, like come join me. I'm doing Destiny Crucible, or hey, we're doing Grid Race. Hop on in. You know, I think he's up in maybe Canada, but I'm in the U.S. I just happen to be out in the middle of nowhere. So, Stephen Bardot, thanks for joining Team Blue, man. Hope that's Bardot. We'll figure it out one of these days. Thanks for subscribing, man. Much appreciated. But yeah, YouTube integration, that would be really cool. And one thing I did want to mention, I didn't bring up. What do you guys think? Is Ninja coming to YouTube? 100%. And if he is, an Aplex, or if somehow Stadia was able to get a Battle Royale game, do you think Stadia would try to lock him in? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. That one's like way out there. I thought about when I had seen that article about a Ninja streaming on YouTube after the whole Mixer shut down, and I thought to myself, I'm like, if YouTube can pick him up and then start again expanding that Stadia library, who knows? Maybe there could be some sort of connection where you might be able to get Ninja to be doing some Stadia stuff. But again, get out there in the left field and you can find a lot of things, maybe even some UFOs and stuff. All right. Oh, one thing a lot of people hadn't quite mentioned was iOS update. Perhaps we're going to get an iOS update as far as when they're going to be releasing onto iPhones, iPads. That's big for me. I'm an Apple user. I'm actually recording or videoing on an iPad currently because I don't sadly have a vlogging camera for some weird reason. I don't know. Priorities in life, I guess, guys. Apologize. But yeah, iOS update. We haven't heard anything about Apple products, about iOS, nada. It sounds like Apple is actually getting like investigated by antitrust companies. So it sounds like maybe even some of these bigger companies are just kind of waiting to see what happens with them before launching. So that might be it. Like Google might just be waiting until that whole antitrust investigation goes through before launching Stadia on there, and all of that. Bardot, awesome. Steven, it's good to know. Makes me feel much better. So that might be why Stadia's kind of holding off, but I would love maybe some iOS update, because for me, this is besides obviously YouTube integration being great, this is honestly like the last thing I need from Stadia, if you will. I can play on my desktop, I can play on my Chromecast Ultra /TV. I would love to be able to take my iPad and a controller and play. Like that would be it, you guys. That would be the final straw to make me happy. More countries. A lot of streamers had actually mentioned this. I hadn't even thought about it. Real quick before we get that. Dirty Old Man Bob. You say your computer couldn't handle COD. Why did you not buy an Xbox or PS4 in the past 7 years? Hey, fun fact for you. I actually own an Xbox One S. Bought it 3.5 years ago when I bought my house. Black Friday deal. It can run COD. I'm sure it can. Obviously, I have chosen not to. I kind of canceled my Xbox subscription. Xbox Live subscription. I mean, Dirty Old Man Bob, it's the idea of if I can continue to play that, but give it 2 more years or a year, the Xbox Series X is out. They only start making games for the Xbox Series X, and it's the whole idea of they can backwards compatible, but you end up having to upgrade to the new system. Like eventually you generally have to upgrade to the new system because either they only make games for it or people only play on that one and they might not have some sort of cross play with Xbox. I'm not sure, but the idea was I don't want to necessarily have to worry about upgrading my console and dropping $500 to $600 every 5 to 6 to 7 years. So, but I do own one. I do own an Xbox. That is true. I do. Anyways, more countries. So a lot of streamers, and I hadn't even thought about this, but they're thinking that perhaps they might announce that there's going to be more than just the 14 currently supported countries. So, which honestly would be cool. If they could hit countries with high populations and high populations of gaming, that would be awesome because again, just getting more players into the lobby. You know, the one good thing is, and I was again when some of the high schoolers came over and we were talking about Stadia, they were telling me about, you know, whatever, Apex, Rainbow Six Siege, Valorant. They were like, the first thing they started complaining about was like hackers. There's hackers in the games. Like there's so many hackers. And I know that when Valorant came out, they had that super anti-cheat software that people were like freaking afraid of because I think it didn't like run on your computer 24/7 or something. So definitely something to be a little scared of. But at the same time, like there's no way to negate the hacker effect and have zero hackers. So Stadia can do it because again, you're simply screen mirroring from a Google server. Like you can't plug in a thumb drive and have it hack into Google's server and give you an aimbot. And so again, that's where I was telling them like, yeah, no, we don't necessarily have any issues of that. Of course, we don't really have a whole lot of stuff going on for us right now with battle royales except for PUBG. But still, I mean, again, if games like those came to Stadia, they would have no worries about that. Tournaments. I was watching a YouTube video of like top 10 esport hacking fails in tournaments where people were hacking in tournaments, and I was like, oh my gosh, get caught hacking in a tournament? Doesn't have to worry about that with good old Stadia. So, but yeah, more countries, you guys, more countries. That would be cool. That would be cool. Getting that player base built up. Get it built up. More people. Lobbies are more and more full. Okay, really testing. So when I play with my buddy in the UK, all right, we play every now and again. We both are kind of, obviously different time frames. Morning here, evening there. So we have like a 2 to 3 hour window overlap. We tend to play Division 2. We were playing Spitlings when it first came out. When we first started gaming together back in like Spitling days, when that launched, and this was like back in December, there was lag, okay, between the UK and the US. All right, there was lag, and that was basically whoever hosted the game was fine or invited you into the group was fine, but the other person would, like, you'd go to spit and it'd take a little second to go. So, but nowadays, whenever we're playing Division 2, there's nothing. All right, there's no issues whatsoever, and that's really cool. So that's a great thing. So I think adding more countries, I got a feeling if they do, right off the bat, it's going to add a little more. We might have a dip in our playability, and we might see a little bit of an issue for a hot minute while the servers kind of recalibrate and reprogram and kind of think of where they need to make sure to be like loading stuff and having things go. But honestly, I think it'd be great to get more countries involved, get more people on the platform. And there have been quite a few people in the Stadia groups I'm a part of on Facebook that are like, they're not in the country that's supported, but they're Stadia fans already. Like they love the concept. And the concept is a great idea of cloud gaming wherever you want. Last thing I have, which is good because we got about 9 minutes left. So last thing, Ubisoft. All right, Ubisoft. Uplay Plus. Is it going to be coming to Stadia today? Or are we maybe going to get an announcement for it, for a release date of Uplay Plus? All right. Obviously, Ubisoft had their huge Ubisoft Forward where they announced more games coming out. Oh gosh, what was the one? It was the Tom Clancy's Something Squad. Wasn't it Something Squad? That's a new game coming. Not necessarily to Stadia, but just coming out by Ubisoft. They have Far Cry 6. Now, Far Cry 6, I considered it confirmed for Stadia. I haven't necessarily looked onto their website just to verify, but Stadia launched the official trailer on their Facebook page and their YouTube channel, so I'm assuming that means it's coming to Stadia. I'd be shocked if it wasn't. And again, guys, this is a next-gen game coming to Stadia day and date with all the other platforms. You know, I understand that maybe Cyberpunk may not make it to Stadia day and date because that's been 4 years in development for consoles and PC, and Stadia maybe came in a little late. I also have my theory that the reason it got delayed by another 2 months is because Stadia flexed on them and said, nope, it's coming to Stadia day and date with the other platforms, so either delay or something. I don't know if they can actually do that. All right, I think CD Projekt Red's probably doing pretty good for themselves, although Google is huge and Google is massive. But who knows? I'm hoping we get a Uplay Plus announcement, just because I foresee potentially in the future having a Stadia Uplay hybrid of $15 a month, which gets you both Stadia Pro and a Uplay Plus subscription. I also think, guys, we may end up getting like an EA access. Once EA ports over games and starts porting and seeing for themselves, oh, this is great. We can develop games in the cloud, instantly play them in the cloud to try them out, and then continue developing. Bungie, with COVID-19 hitting, basically has been 100% cloud developing, and said it's been great because you can immediately get hundreds of people into a playtest in the cloud without having to re-download a 100 gigabyte game just to test out a few new features, you know? So one of the greatest things about Stadia isn't for the consumer, it's for the developer, and the fact that they can develop in the cloud, have instant access to their games, instant access to their updates, and instant access as they develop it. So that's a pretty cool feature, and I am hoping that we might end up getting a Uplay Plus, EA Access, Stadia Pro subscription, one cost base. Dirty old man Bob. I still don't understand if you have an Xbox and you really want to play COD, the $5 per month Xbox Live stopped you. I mean, so for me, Dirty old man Bob, I would love to play COD, but for me, I'm not necessarily huge into, like, I do enjoy Battle Royales. They're not my biggest, most big passion. Apex being an outlier of that. $5 a month subscription. No, I mean, that doesn't stop me. That's a cup of coffee, or I guess I don't pay for coffee, so I don't know. It's whatever. But for me, again, it's just the whole idea of, you know, what would I do? I would play for 1 month, and then would I be bored of it? No, because maybe like the second month, I would be 2 weeks into it, and I'd say to myself, man, I miss COD. I pay another 5 months for the subscription. I play for 2 days, and then I forget about it for the month. It was just the whole idea of, like, I discovered when I was playing Xbox that I was paying $5 a month, but I was only playing free-to-play games. And I was thinking to myself, like, I'm paying $60 a month after I paid, you know, I think maybe I paid, oh, let's see, Black Friday. I probably got that thing for like $300, the Xbox One S. But, like, why am I paying a monthly fee to play free-to-play games? And obviously right now, Stadia hasn't launched free-to-play games because I think they're having the similar issue with that. But, yeah, I mean, that's a great question. Again, for me, it was just, I was playing free-to-play games. It was $5 a month, and I was just like, I don't know. It wasn't, for me, I was just getting a little, finding I wasn't playing Xbox as much anymore as well, and I was just kind of playing more PC. So, basically, I was playing Apex Legends because it was fun, and so I would stream it because it was fun, but then I just kind of got a little busy, got back into PC gaming, and so that is why. But that's a great question, Dirty Old Man Bob. Man, your name, every time, makes me happy. All right, guys, I'm gonna start cruising into the old YouTube machine and seeing if we can find some the Stadia information to make sure that we get onto the Connect. I think last time, so I tried to do this like with the last Stadia Connect, could not find the video for the longest time. I think I actually hopped in to someone else's Stadia Connect YouTube stream, like maybe it was Bill and Lloyd's Stadia Cast, but I'm hoping I don't have to do that today because I'm hoping we can actually have the actual video show up in time. So let's see. That's 2 months ago. Stadia Play for everyone. So I wonder if I just refresh on this page, we should be good. Gosh, I hope. I also need to pull up my email because I did reach out to a Stadia support and ask them. Cool, nice. And then ask them to email me the link as soon as it goes live. So we got 2 minutes. 2 minutes. All right, man, this is exciting. So let's see. The last one was 15 minutes long, is what I'm seeing, or 16 minutes 33 seconds. Again, that was April 28th. So 2.5 months. 2.5 months. That's all it's been. All right. They gave us what? Zombie Army Dead Army 4 was coming out. PUBG dropped. I think Octopath Traveler was announced. The Turing Test ended up coming out. A lot of games, a lot of fun stuff. So a lot of potential for today, you guys. A lot of potential. We're gonna go ahead and just get rid of that guy. Don't need him up anymore. All right, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Ooh, man, I don't want to miss it. I should have a backup of like, maybe I'll have Stadia Cast open on the side just in case I need to borrow his stream, just in case. Wow, there's 1.1K people watching his stream. I like it. I like it. Sadly, there's an advertisement. See, that's the nice thing about my stream, you guys. I don't have enough subs, so you guys don't have to worry about me, having an advertisement. Oh, yeah, they're just refreshing that Stadia Connect page, too. Oh, my gosh. That's so good. Oh, I love it. Okay, well, that makes me feel better. I honestly thought that maybe some people had, like, a hookup with Stadia, and they sent them the link ahead of time. Yeah. All right. Stadia. If you guys should definitely follow Stadia on YouTube. It's really, really awesome. I always watch all their videos, and dude, that Far Cry 6 trailer, that thing was epic. That was an insane trailer. All right, we are still okay. Good. So I'm not too far behind them then. They're struggling. Oh, it's 10 a.m. 10 a.m. You guys. Let's see. Where is it? Where the frick is it, Stadia? Videos. Home. Videos. Home. Keep an eye on these guys. They got nothing. Videos. Home. All right, I'm going to go back to my home. All right, guys. Hopefully we'll have it up here soon. Oh. Is this it? Oh, this is it. All right, guys. Let me share my screen and let's watch it. It's a 18-minute video. All right, guys, let's go into gaming mode. Transition. Get that ugly face out of there. There it is. All right, guys, let's enjoy Stadia.
I'm Megan, and I lead Stadia's user experience research team. Welcome to today's Stadia Connect. You just saw some of the incredible games you can start playing right now with Stadia Pro. Today, we'll show you even more games coming to Stadia and give you a close look at some new games arriving later this year from Stadia Games and Entertainment. But let's start with those Stadia Pro games you just saw. You can play all of them today for free with your Stadia. Hi, I'm Megan, and I lead Stadia's user experience research team. Welcome to today's Stadia Connect. You just saw some of the incredible games you can start playing right now with Stadia Pro. Today, we'll show you even more games coming to Stadia and give you a close look at some new games arriving later this year from Stadia Games and Entertainment. But let's start with those Stadia Pro games you just saw. You can play all of them today for free with your Stadia Pro subscription without having to buy expensive hardware. We're adding new games to Stadia Pro every month, and players who have claimed Games with Pro since launch have scored more than 24 free games. If you haven't signed up yet, you can try Stadia Pro for free by heading to stadia.com to start playing all of these games instantly, today. We say instantly a lot here at Stadia. Making your games quicker and easier to play is behind everything we do. Now, your games are getting even more instant with Click to Play.
Woo-hoo! What? Let's go, baby.
Here's how it works. You're a Stadia Pro subscriber, you're watching your favorite YouTube creator play PUBG, and you feel like starting your own game with some friends. Just click the link they've shared in the description, and you're playing PUBG instantly on Stadia. It's that easy. You click, you play. No waiting, no game download or update. The game just starts in seconds. It works with any game you claim with Pro or buy on the store. You can use Click to Play links on any Stadia supported device. It really is that easy. You click, you play. Now let's talk games. You already know that you'll be playing some awesome games on Stadia soon, like Marvel's Avengers, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and Cyberpunk 2077. You can play Cyberpunk the second it launches on Stadia. If you want to play your games on your TV, Stadia Premier Edition makes that possible with the included Stadia controller and Chromecast Ultra, and it's now just $99.99. Now I'm excited to share some of the new games from devs big and small that you can buy and play soon on Stadia. A lot of the games you'll be playing this year come from our friends at 2K. In addition to Mafia 2 and 3 Remastered, and Borderlands 3, you'll be able to play incredible sports games with your friends, like PGA Tour 2K21, WWE Battlegrounds, and NBA 2K21 this year. We built Stadia to make playing games with friends easier than it's ever been. Grab a partner and a couple of controllers, or meet your friends online. It's time for some truly explosive multiplayer in Super Bomberman R Online.
That popular series is coming to Stadia. Super Bomberman R Online. Battle 64 mode. Blast your way to the top. Battle with up to 64 players simultaneously from around the world. Blast away your rivals in multiple areas in this online survival battle. Fight your way to the end and be the last one standing. Blast them up. Outlast them. Be Bomber 1. Take advantage of seamlessly play with your favorite streamer. Join the streamer's game by accessing the link on the screen. Suit up your character. Pick out an outfit of your choice and head into battle with style. You can even customize your bomb. And each style comes with their own unique blasts. There are blasts that glitter, and even tasty-looking ones, too. Suit up your bomber and get ready to have a blast. Super Bomberman R Online. Coming to Stadia this autumn.
And now for a very different take on multiplayer. Elder Scrolls Online came out last month on Stadia, free as part of Stadia Pro. It's only free to claim until July 16th, so add it to your collection today, and you can keep playing as long as you keep your Stadia Pro subscription. After the 16th, the Elder Scrolls Online will still be available to buy in the Stadia store. If you've been questing across Tamriel for years, good news. The Elder Scrolls Online on Stadia supports cross-play and cross-progression with PC and Mac. That means you can take your experience, items, and friends with you, wherever you take Stadia. Ready to play right now? You can click to play with the link in the description. Next up, more adventures from gaming's most serious action hero. This next game is totally original, absolutely weird, and just as much fun. Sing your way through one hand clapping.
As the last remnants of humanity destroy themselves, the signal is still out there. And with it lies the key to our salvation. We journey from the ruins of our old world and into what lies beyond.
The things I've seen, even I do not believe them.
Where I am taking these two, there's no coming back.
You think you're dreaming?
What the?
This is real.
Get on! Do what you were sent here for! Go! Beyond the frontier!
It's the end of the goddamn world out there.
All this persistence, this world is crashing down. And what will be left?
Beyond here, there's only death.
I'm finding that signal.
Some games are so challenging and precise that even when you fail, you can't wait to come back for more. We're proud to announce the first Stadia game coming from the legendary developers at From Software. Test your skills with the 2019 Game of the Year, Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice.
不思議り確かにもらい受けた。
Those are just some of the games you'll be playing on Stadia in 2020 and beyond. Now here's my teammate Khaled to tell you more.
Hi, I'm Khaled from Stadia Games and Entertainment. Our team creates and publishes games for Stadia in partnership with some of the most talented studios around the world. We're excited to announce just a few of the studios we are working with. Harmonix, the masters of music, delivering rhythm and passion to everything they do. Uppercut Games, specializing in environmental storytelling and boundless creativity. And Supermassive Games, the masters of horror gaming, bringing 10 years of award-winning expertise to Stadia. Later this year, we'll be sharing more about what these talented studios are working on. But today, we're thrilled to give you a look at two of the games coming this year from Stadia Games and Entertainment. Let's start with a new creation from the shooter specialists at Splash Damage. We're proud to introduce Outcasters.
Oh yeah!
We'll be showing you much more of Outcasters this fall. But now, let's take a look at the return of a revolutionary tower defense series from our friends at Robot Entertainment. Get ready to play Orcs Must Die 3. You can play Orcs Must Die 3 for free right now. All you need is Stadia Pro. It's that simple. Just click and play. Stadia Pro is just one way to get games. All of the games available on Stadia, including the ones you saw today, can also be purchased individually through the Stadia store. We can't wait to see how you're using Click to Play to enjoy all the games on Stadia. Share your stories with us and you could be featured in an upcoming Stadia Connect. Thanks for watching. You just learned about a new way to get to your games with Click to Play. You saw more games to play on Stadia, and you got your very first glimpse of what's coming from Stadia Games and Entertainment. We're just getting started. There's a lot more coming soon. See you on Stadia.
All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I guess it wasn't quite as much as planned.
The time has come.
Or hoping, I guess. Maybe we just set the expectations a little too high, a little too much. We do have some games we hadn't necessarily thought about or seen that are potentially coming, which is really cool. But at the same time, I think that majority of people might think this was a little bit of a letdown. Personally, I think it was, again, I think it was, they did bring more into it. I was really hoping for that YouTube integration. None of that. Click to Play, though. So the Click to Play feature, it sounds like it is officially live, and crowd play. So that's cool. Now, I guess I wasn't quite 100% sure if crowd play is only going to be starting on that game and doing like beta, launching when that game launches, and whatever that game was that they showcased. Yeah, interesting. Real quick, so we have the singing game. It said early access. I don't know if it means it's live on Stadia right now. Let me go ahead and take a peek and see if Stadia.com has anything live on it. I did already see that Orcs Must Die 3 is live. Stadia Pro, you can claim it and play right now, which is cool. I was looking at it during the YouTube game, the YouTube video, and saw that. But I didn't see any other games, and I thought that maybe, it looked like maybe the Hitman game was going to be in Stadia Pro already, or maybe that's just going to come to Stadia Pro for free when that one launches. It looks like game 1 and 2 might be launching soon, and then the third game is going to be coming in 2021. Again, was not looking, had no idea about the Hitman series coming to Stadia at all. So, I mean, we do definitely have, let me go ahead and share just do the screen again. By the way, you guys, I sincerely apologize for how that started. That was did not go as planned, as you might imagine. So I really apologize. It took me a little hot minute to get things kind of figured out. Let's go ahead and see if we can find, that's what I want. That's what we want. And if I full screen it and I go bada bing bada boom. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and transition. Should be good. All right, cool. Yeah, so we got the store here. So, as you can see, the Stadia Pro game Orcs Must Die 3 is live. So it is officially live, confirmed. But I don't see any other games that have been released. So all those other games that they launched or showcased, I don't see any of them. Like I said, Hitman, I don't see it on here yet. The only game, One Hand Clapping is early access. It's only $3. Dude, there's a chance I'm going to be picking that one up. Now, for those of you who don't know all bluebobz, I did participate in a musical back in high school, so I might not live stream that one though. That might be a little rough. What did you guys think of the Stadia Connect? Are you happy with it? Did you want a little more information from it? Let me know. Another thing, Hello Neighbor. I had totally forgotten about that. I had seen that was maybe coming. It looks like it's also going to be coming directly into the free Stadia Pro. So that's awesome. When it launches, it looks like it had a little icon saying free with Stadia Pro. Part of me wonders if Stadia Pro is... I know Generation Stadia had mentioned that Stadia Pro is sounding a little bit more like Game Pass, as far as you have a lot of games. Because right now, guys, we have like 20-some games that we have access to, that if you join and you pay your 10-month subscription, you get access to those 20 games. Games come, games leave. That's identical what Game Pass does. So I think Stadia Pro might be more like a Game Pass subscription, where hey, but the only thing is you also get to hold on to the game as long as you keep your Stadia Pro subscription. So that's really cool. So it's like a hybrid of the two. Let's see. So yeah. So Hello Neighbor, Outriders, Square Enix. I feel like I'd seen that game, and I was pretty sure I'd messaged actually Square Enix when I had seen the trailer, and I'd asked, hey, is this game coming to Stadia, because it was going to come for other consoles, and they responded that they couldn't say anything. But that's really cool to see, because that game looks like it's going to be an open world and a fun game as well. Little bummed there's no EA announcement. None of those predictions happened. No titles coming. Nothing like that. No Apex. None of that. They did announce partnerships with Harmonix. There was no Typhoon Studios. Again, guys, where's that going? And the game that they launched, Outcasters, they said it was in correlation with Stadia First Game Entertainment, or the Stadia's Game and Entertainment. But it sounded like they almost did like a collab, or maybe they helped other developers. That's kind of what I was grasping. I don't think that this is actually one of their games, because it was Boom Studios or something like that. So, yeah, Orcs Must Die 3 is free. So, a little bit, I would say overall, maybe a smidge disappointing in regards to, I think a lot of us maybe we just hyped it up a lot because we were expecting a lot to be coming. Again, it's only been 2.5 months from the last Stadia Connect. Click to play being live is a cool little feature. And if, I'm trying to think, if I were to live stream and see if Crowdplay was live, again, I don't know if that's going to launch with that game it was demonstrating. What game was that? It was, what game? It was a different game. It wasn't necessarily. I feel like the games they're showcasing that they were launching weren't necessarily the high end, because again, I think a lot of people are hoping for those AAA titles to keep launching to Stadia. Get some Battle Royale games coming to Stadia. Sadly, nothing too big hit besides maybe Outriders. Hello Neighbor could be a fun one when that ends up launching. But yeah, I'd say overall maybe this was a little bit more on the feature side. And honestly, with the intro and the lady talking, it was almost like an introduction to Stadia to non-Stadia users and non-Stadia gamers. With game releases included. So, but it was talking about the Stadia Pro subscription, the games you can collect with it right away, and yeah, I mean, not that I'm against ESO being showcased, but and how they're gonna have more DLC coming or another season, but like that kind of stuff in a Connect, I would rather just see a full-on new game release, personally, or partnerships. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment. Let me know. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, you guys. Truly appreciate you guys hanging out today. Super fun, super good. This was Stadia Connect, July 14th, 2020. This is bluebobz channel. Trying to stream as much as possible. So thanks again for stopping by, you guys. Truly appreciate it. Thanks for the subs and the follows. You guys rock. And yeah, we will catch you guys next time. Hey, have a great week, you guys.